This is the 2016 Jeep Cherokee Laredo. This is a 4-door SUV. This one came in white. It's a decent looking car. Something that I really did like is how big the cargo space is in the back. Let me open it up and show you. It's a very large space with plenty of room to store things. And there's also a spare tire that's hidden underneath with a little bit of extra storage compartments back there. And it's nice to see that they included another DC outlet back here for your toys. It's also has a new fueling system, so there's no cap to twist off. You just insert the gas pump and then take it out when you're done. This vehicle came with cloth interior. It's got a very wide open cabin with plenty of room in the back seat for your passengers. So this car comes with a standard key fob. There are 3 buttons on the front: lock, unlock, and panic. This is a push button start. The push button is to the right of the steering wheel. Let's give it a shot and see what it looks like when you turn it on.
Also, do you have good internet?
This is the view from the driver's seat. There's a lot of different features to make this comfortable. The steering wheel adjusts both vertically, so up, down, but it also telescopes in and out. And the telescoping feature is pretty big. I mean, you can really push the steering wheel in a lot and pull it out quite a bit. The driver's seat does come with electronic controls to adjust recline. You can move the seat up and down, and then you do have lumbar support. One nice additional feature is that the headrests on both the driver and passenger seat can be adjusted forward and backward just to give you a little bit extra comfort. The steering wheel itself has a number of standard buttons. This helps you interact with the center display right here. There's 3 buttons to interact with your cell phone, and then the standard cruise control buttons right here on the right hand side. The door has many of the standard buttons you see in almost all the vehicles now. Lock, unlock, nobody can open the windows but me. Individual buttons for each window, and then a series of buttons to control the side mirrors. To the left of the steering wheel you have a couple of buttons. This dial controls the headlights, and then this dial controls the intensity or how bright the heads-up display will be. And then you have the fuel cap button right here. This car also has a pedal to control the parking brake. So you push it down to engage the parking brake, and then push it again to release. The center console is fairly nice. You do get a pretty small touchscreen. Standard climate control buttons, and then buttons to control some of the car's features, like turning Eco Drive on and off and turning the sport mode on and off. One thing I didn't like about this is that the climate controls are pretty limited. To do something like change where the air is coming out, so for example, if you just want to have the air blowing from the top, or if you want to have the air just blowing from the bottom, there's no button for that on the climate controls. You actually have to interact with the touchscreen. So you have to push the climate button right here, then you have to turn the climate on with the touch button, and then you have to press this button to get access to those different features. I think it's buried way too deep, and it makes it very difficult for you to do this while you're driving. The dials on the center console are really nice. It has a rubber kind of tire feel on the top that's easy to grip and turn, and they slide very smoothly. One thing I did like about the center console is it does come with a dedicated button to turn the screen on and off. And that's really nice, because I do find that some of these touch screens get a little bit distracting when I'm driving at night. Below the climate controls, you do get a small storage area that opens up with a push button. And then inside you have a DC adapter in the form of a cigarette lighter. You have an insert for memory cards, USB, and then audio in. Gear shift on this car is a nice size. It feels really good in the hand. There's a push button on the front, and it slides throughout all of the gears very smoothly. You also get 2 cup holders right here, and then an additional storage space right here, and then a center console that has a modular unit on top that's removable, and then a nice deep space right here with a dedicated light. It's difficult to see, but there's actually another DC outlet right here in the form of an old-fashioned cigarette lighter. The rear view mirror does not have any buttons on it. Above the rear view mirror there is 2 standard lights, and then a sunglass holder, and inside has some fairly nice padding to keep things safe. The glove box on this car is fairly big. You have plenty of room to store your personal items here, and I thought it nice that there was actually a built-in space to keep the manual up here. You'll see there's 2 slots right here to keep it from sliding down while you're driving. It's a pretty nice touch. It's a little disappointing to see that the passenger seat is not electronic. You have the standard lever to control the recline, and then you also have a pull-up feature to slide it forward and backwards. I'm sitting in the back seat now, and I've pushed the passenger seat forward to what I would consider to be a comfortable place for someone 6 feet tall or larger to sit. And in the back, I still have plenty of room. Got plenty of leg room. There's nothing really exceptional about the rest of the back seat. It does have an armrest that comes down with 2 cup holders, and there are 2 dedicated vents in the back for the passengers. Something kind of nice is that each seat in the back has its own reclining position that you can push back. I think if you can see it here, this seat is reclined pretty substantially, and also the bottom also adjusts forwards and back to give you a little bit more of a comfortable recline. The car seat anchors in the back seat are pretty far back in the seat itself. It's difficult to show you on video, but I have to take my hand and I have to push it in several inches until my knuckles are all the way in there before I can touch the car seat anchors. That's pretty disappointing because it does make putting a car seat or taking a car seat in and out pretty difficult. So I'm at a complete stop right now. I'm not gonna floor it, but let's accelerate pretty hard and see how this car does. So you hear it start up because it does turn off automatically when you go in park. And we'll accelerate. Oh, that's pretty good. It's got some decent pickup. All right, I'm going on the interstate. We're going 40. Let's get it up to 70. Oh, a little bit of a lag there. Here we go, 65, 70. Nice, good pickup. So that's the 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. I give this car 4 stars. It's a decent SUV, and I enjoy driving it. I'm working my way through 100 different rental cars. This was number 8. I think it's a decent car, but not as good as the Jeep Cherokee Limited from 2017, and not quite as good as the 2016 Fiat, so I'm putting it at number 5 on my list. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me for the next one.